Many people come to Ouachita for a variety of reasons. Some people come because their parents came here years ago. Others come because of the religious aspects. But a lot of people come for one thing that makes Ouachita stick out: the community that lives here. This community is what I would describe as the spirit of Ouachita. I interviewed 5 of my closest friends and asked them 2 simple questions. One, why did they come to Ouachita and what makes it stand out from other competitors and schools in Arkansas? And secondly, I asked them how would they define the spirit of Ouachita?
I came to Ouachita. At first, I actually didn't choose to come to Ouachita. My freshman first semester, I was at UCA running there, and it did not go well. So I knew pretty soon when I was at UCA that UCA was not for me, and I just kept thinking about Ouachita. And I actually contacted some of the girls who ran here at OBU, and they were just super supportive and sweet. And one of them even said she was praying for me, and that just really stuck out to me of what Ouachita was and what it could be for me. So at semester, I came to Ouachita, and the coach really, the running coach here, Coach Guyman, he really had a big impact as well as why I was here, because he was just a coach that I hadn't seen before in college, because he actually cared about you as a person rather than a runner first.
So I feel that everybody's Ouachita story is just a little different, and that includes mine. I was the first generation Ouachitonian, and I was brought here through athletics, and it was the only school that I applied for once I stepped on campus. I kind of had a feeling in my heart, and I think God was leading me here for a bigger purpose. I initially came here as a swimmer, and then I quit that sport, and it opened so many doors for me, and I don't think anywhere else, even if I had been swimming, I don't think those doors would have been open for me. And it's really just brought a lot of new insights, new community, and new relationships.
So I decided to come to Ouachita because my sister came here. She's 2 years older than me. So, I came with her and got to experience what the campus was like, and what really sets Ouachita apart from anywhere else is its location. There's 2 colleges in Arkadelphia, a very small space. So I knew I wanted a small school, and I wanted it to be Christian. I learned that I'd work better in that environment. And my mom went here, so I was like, you know what? I'll just apply, see what happens. I only applied to 5 places, and I ended up loving Ouachita when I toured it. And I was down to this one and another school, and it just stood out so much. It was so beautiful. Everybody was so kind. And Dr. Root personally walked me to my parents at early registration whenever I couldn't find them and I got lost. And so it is just incredible, and I'm so glad.
So I came to Ouachita because I had a really good friend who went here, and she was always showing me Tiger Tunes videos. This was a long time ago. I was probably 12. But she and one other person were the only people I knew who came here. And she was an E and everything. And I didn't really cross my mind until I came it was time to look for colleges and everything. And I kind of thought I could go to a big school and I would really thrive there. But in reality, Ouachita was perfect because it is small, and there's just a lot more opportunities here for me to grow spiritually and just as a person and be really invested in. So when it came down to it, I knew Ouachita was the best fit for me because it was exactly everything that I needed.
Yeah. There were some similarities in their answers, but I think it really speaks volumes how they each have very different stories but hold Ouachita in a very, very special place in their heart.
So the spirit of Ouachita is going to be different if you ask anyone. You can ask students, and it will be one thing. You can ask professors, it'll be one thing, faculty, staff, and then you can also ask people that just walk onto this campus that feel a certain excitement when they walk onto here, because I felt it as a student when I was coming to Ouachita before I'd accepted or even applied or anything like that. I think Ouachita does a great job of starting tradition, maintaining it, and always sticking to it, because there's little things that you can meet somebody in later life, and you can be anywhere and you can meet somebody from Ouachita and you have those little things in common, and it creates an instant relationship between you and that person. And I think because of those things that you do together through your time here, it creates that bond that you guys have.
I think the spirit of Ouachita really means community, because I think that's what really sets our school apart from other ones, is that you are always in community. It doesn't matter where you are, and you really don't even have to search for it necessarily. Like, you're in it, and that's just part of being at Ouachita, where your professors care about you. You have a lot of good, strong friendships, and I think that's really at the heart of it. And I think community also comes down to the traditions that we have and that we keep, and I think that's a really big part of it.
I would define the spirit of Ouachita as very unique in the fact that we have so many traditions that a lot of other schools do not have.
I really love how small it is, and that I really get to know all the students well and all the teachers well. I can walk into the studio any point in the day and there'll be somebody I know, or the caf, and I can find someone to sit with. In my classes, even freshman year when I didn't really know everybody yet, I could make a friend instantly. And my teachers, I have such great conversations with them, great relationships with them, and I'm just able to really do way better because I know them personally and they want to see you succeed. And I really love that about it.
To me, the spirit of Ouachita is just the close-knit community that Ouachita provides for you. Just like, it's a small school, but I think there's a lot of benefits in the small school. You have the traditions that everyone, like decades, can tell you that you can relate to them. I have people from my church back home that can talk about the same experiences that I've had, like with Tiger Serve Day, Battle of the Ravine, even writing your exegetical and Bible interp, just all the small things that make Ouachita Ouachita. And I just think the spirit is just having to get to relate all those little things that make Ouachita with people that are way older than me and people that will come after me.
Everyone has their own definition of the spirit of Ouachita, but ultimately we're all here because we love this school and we love this campus, and there's something special that has brought people here many years before us now and will continue to bring us here in the future.